do me a favor and get over here because Mortal Kombat is officially here. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Emily. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my honest review of Mortal Kombat, which was released today in theaters and on HBO Max. Before we get into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. That way you'll be notified of all the latest here at EP Life. And without further ado, let's go. So, of course, at the start of all my honest reviews, one more thing, guys. Disclaimer alert, spoiler alert. If you guys do not want any scenes, characters, plot twist, anything spoiled about this movie, do me a favor and pause this video. Go ahead and catch Mortal Kombat at your local theater as well as on HBO Max. Come back, watch the video, give it a thumbs up, and then let's discuss. And without further ado, you've been warned. Here we go. Now, when you think of Mortal Kombat, who do you think of? You think of Scorpion, and you think of Sub-Zero. Now, immediately when the movie starts, instant fight scene. The movie's rated R, it does not disappoint. The movie's an hour and 50 minutes, it does not disappoint. First 11 minutes of the movie, you are in this gory, detailed fight scene between Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Scorpion's family. Scorpion does not happen to be home at the time where Sub-Zero comes to get him, in which he decides that he's going to KO everybody in his family, including his fellow village people. Once Scorpion gets home, sees what he's done, he goes ahead and gets into this gory battle with Sub-Zero, in which he unfortunately loses. He passes away, and his body fades in flames. Movie then fast forwards, we meet Cole Young, a young MMA fighter who is striving to make as much money as he can to support his wife and his daughter by competing in fights for very little cash. After a fight, he encounters a guy who we later find out is Jax, because Jax notices a birthmark, which is the actual notorious Mortal Kombat dragon, on his chest, and he's like, it's a birthmark, he's always had it. Jax is like, it's not a birthmark, guy. The movie then proceeds to show several Mortal Kombat characters. You have Sonya Blade, Jax, Kano, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Raiden, Melina, a ton more characters other than that, just to name a few. These characters, I feel, were portrayed amazingly. I love the relationship between Sonya Blade and Kano. They are like Mr. and Mrs. Smith without being married. They have this awesome I tolerate you and I hate you relationship. I feel that the Kano character was played beautifully. He has a smart mouth. He is a hit every time he's on scene. Cracking jokes, awesome fatalities, and a personal notorious, the red laser eye, Kano. Now, this is a problem I had with the movie. Now, when the Red Band trailer came out a couple months ago, a lot of foreshadowing in the movie of who Cole Young was going to be. And it was instantly that he was going to be related to Scorpion. There were two rumors. There were two main rumors, I would say. The first main rumor I heard was he was related to Scorpion some which way. The second was going to be that he is Johnny Cage. Now, I was wondering, okay, Cole Young, Johnny Cage, why the name change? Why would that happen? And plus, to be honest, he didn't look like a character to me that would be portrayed as Johnny Cage. You know, we know Johnny Cage as that pretty boy, famous boy from Hollywood. And Cole Young did not seem to make that fit. Now, in terms of the Scorpion reference, it was definitely foreshadowed, but I feel like it was foreshadowed too much. And at first I thought it was just a trailer, but later on in the movie, you see why. The minute he gets on screen, you see those yellow wraps on his hand. You see a black and white, you see a black and yellow duffel. You see a black and yellow braided bracelet that he shares, a similar bracelet with his daughter. There was a lot of the symbolism of the yellow and black bracelet, yellow and black duffel, yellow bands, yellow outfit. There was so much yellow that I'm like, could they make this any more obvious of potentially who Cole Young is related to? So that kind of annoyed me a bit, because I'm like, okay, we already know what Mortal Kombat is about. We know it's a group of people that have to fight to protect against another group of people, and they all have special powers. I don't feel that it needed to be spoiled and shown so much as to who Cole Young is. And again, spoilers, you have been warned. He is not Scorpion's son. So let's just nip that in the bud right now. Scorpion has an older son who was unfortunately killed by Sub-Zero along with the mother of the child. He does have a daughter. So I'm just going to leave it there. Leave it to the imagination. And again, if you want to go watch, go watch. I feel that this character was introduced very early, but also revealed very early as to who they are. Now, you do have this situation with Sonya Blade, who she's the only person in the group that did not have that Mortal Kombat marking on her skin. So it was interesting to see in the movie how she partakes in the tournaments, because in the previous movie, I believe in 1995, she was just in the tournament. They didn't share much about her. If you play the video games, you know that she has relations with the character that's not in the movie. Again, I don't want to spoil too much. We'll leave it at that. The whole idea of Cole Young, I felt, was great. He could definitely kick some butt. It was just who he was and what he represented. And then when it was time for everybody to start getting into their special abilities, for example, Jax with the diesel metal arms, which in the movie you also find out that Sub-Zero is the reason why he has those arms, because in a match with Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero grabs his arms and essentially breaks them off by freezing them. Kano has the eye. Cole Young gets into this situation that he cannot seem to get that uniqueness out of him. He can't pull, he can't trigger what is his special kick. And it does happen, but it involves the color yellow. So it was just like, I was just so kind of annoyed that, okay, I have this movie that's an hour and 50 minutes long, and I already know maybe 13, 14 minutes in, essentially who this guy is. And of course the trailer made it obvious. Maybe me personally, I should have set myself up more for it. But also I just felt like, leave it to mystery, you know, let me work for it for a little. Don't show me any yellow. Let him rock blue. Let me think that he's related to Sub-Zero. And then next thing you know, when he finally gets his powers, he's shooting fire out of his hand. You know, like, give me something different. Unfortunately, it disappointed me in that way. Fight scenes. Fatalities, brutalities, all along combat, I enjoyed. I feel it was definitely worth the rated R. I found that it got gory when it needed to, but just regular simple combat when it needed to. There were some parts of the movie that didn't make any sense, like someone gets a boulder stuck on them and then they come off and they have nothing on their skin. It didn't really make any sense. I will say that there is a specific scene, if I may, I will call it the climax of the movie, where I felt like I was watching an episode of the Power Rangers. There's a scene in the movie where something happens and no one does anything about it, which totally pissed me off. And then one of the characters explained why no one could do anything about it, but then they end up going to do something about it anyway. So they let this bad event happen only to do what they were supposed to do all along. Like, to me, it was very cheesy. It didn't make any sense. It was a scene that honestly did not fit. Now, of course, the moment everybody's waiting for is that final battle between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And the details of that battle, the ice sword, Sub-Zero stabbing Scorpion, getting some of Scorpion's blood, freezing it, and stabbing him with it. Absolutely amazing. If there was anything I would change about this movie, is I would have loved a tiny bit more blood and not so much soul searching with Cole Young. I'm going to go ahead and give Mortal Kombat a 8 out of 10. And this is simply for the plot line with Cole Young. I do like the character. I just wish that it wasn't foreshadowed so much who he was or who is he involved with so early in the movie. And that cheesy scene, the climax of the movie, you'll know it when you see it. I just feel that it wasn't necessary. I feel that they could have just did what they were supposed to do at the beginning and just went about their day. Another reason why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, just to wrap up the video, guys, is there are some things at the end. I'm not going to say too much, but there's enough stuff at the end that leaves it to the imagination of what a sequel could be. I know the actor that plays Sub-Zero had originally said that he will sign up for a trilogy of movies, but I don't think they're going to proceed with a trilogy until they know for sure that this movie does well, which honestly I feel that it will. But this movie, if it's the start of a trilogy of new Mortal vs. Kombat movies, I feel it's a great way to start. It was the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It was the Captain America, the First Avenger. It was the Avengers. It was Iron Man. I know all of those are all over the place. You go from Harry Potter to Iron Man, but hear me out when I say that this is a great start to a trilogy. But again, guys, that is my honest review of the new Mortal vs. Kombat. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button. That way you'll be notified of all the latest here at EP Life, where we do lifestyle vlogs and honest reviews. And I'll see you guys next time.